Hi guys, hi guys. Previously we have discussed about how to get the details and how to add the data. Today we have to see when you click on update or delete, it will show the specific details. After that, if you want to update or delete, you can do it. Okay. Now I am clicking on update. Here we want to show employee name, specific text boxes. You have to bind the value. Okay, like delete also all the labels and text boxes you have to show like this. When I click on add, it will showing like with the details. Here we have to show. Okay, now I'm going through the first of all we have to implement the services, because in this service we have to implement get by id. Here we have to see two, only two is there. One is add employee, another one is get employee. Here it will getting the details, it will add the data from front end. Okay, now we have to add get employee details, get employee by id. Through id only we are getting the details. Employee by id, I am writing like this. I am passing one parameter id as a number. After that I am writing the observable. Inside the observable I am writing employee. Here you have to see, like I am copy pasting everything, because same we have added one more row like employee id. Here we have to write the id, that's all. Here I am adding the id slash dollar symbol. Inside the dollar we have to write the flower brackets. Inside this we have to write id. Okay, so now services will complete and we have to go through delete html. We have to write the html element. As of now I am copy pasting the entire html. Add html is there, right? I am copy pasting entire thing in update html. Okay, here we have to write the implement the form control and on submit form. If you are not written like this, means it will show, definitely it will show the error. Here I am writing the form on submit form. First of all, and submit form. After adding on submit form, you have to add the form controller also. Like we have here we have written, right, form. We have to add this form, and here we have to change this form also. Like I am changing update employee in add employee place, and I am changing anywhere, not entire solution. We have to write the content document. Here this document only we have to change, because in add employee form we have add employee form only, in update employee form update employee form. Like this we have to change. Just I am replacing the values. After that I have implemented the here in constructor. I have write the services private employee service, employee service, employee services, employee services. Okay, in here we have to implement one more thing, ng on submit, ng on init. We have to implement, because it is when you running the code it automatically runs. Here only we have to write the validations, everything. Now I am writing the validation like in add employee. Here we are writing like this dot employee form. I am writing like this everything in update employee form also. Here one thing we have to change. Here we have to change the in place of add employee we have to write update employee. Okay. After that we have to implement one more method. here we have to implement one more method because we have to load the data, right? When you click on update, we have to load the details and show the UI. That's why we are writing the one more method, load details by ID. Load employee details by ID. Here we have passed the parameter like ID, employee ID. I am writing employee ID. Employee ID is we not initialize. Employee ID is a number because ID is a number, right? That's why I am writing the number. Here we have to check employee ID is coming or not. Console.log employee ID. Here we have to getting the ID or not, just checking in console. Before that, here we have to write one more in constructor. We have to write one more active router. What is the purpose of active router means? By using the active router, we have to provide the information. For getting the information to services by using, we are passing ID, right? We have to get that ID by using the active router. Private route active router. It is also coming from only /routes. Here you have to see, right? This is the namespace. Here we have to write constant employee ID, employee ID. In this, here we have to add this dot route dot snapchat dot paramaps. We have to mapping the data dot get by employee ID. We are getting the employee ID. Okay, here we have to pass the load the get details by ID because before only I said, right, ng on it is by default when you are running the component, when you are running the Angular, it automatically calls the constructor. After that it will call the ng on in it. Here I am passing the parameter. Here employee ID. Oh, is showing error because when you are initializing, be careful. First it will come this dot. Okay, here we have to call the services. This dot employee service dot get employee by ID. Here we have to pass the employee ID. After that we have to write dot subscribe. We are subscribing the data. Here I am writing the employee. Inside this I am writing console dot log. I am getting the employee details. If I get the details, after that I will write the attachment. Getting the employee details. Details of employee. Okay, now I am saving this one. Next time I already running the code, right? That's why I am just saving. It automatically save and refresh the browser also. We don't want to stop and run again and again. Just when you are implement in Angular, just save it and see the browser, it automatically updated. See, if I am going to the console, is there any error or showing some error? ng expect the form group instance, please pass one in. Okay, here we are not passing the id, right? When you are routing, go to the employee. Okay, I just forgot it. Go to the employee details. In employee details, here we are writing routing, right? After that we have to pass by id also, because here we are, when you are checking the swagger in get employee by id, when you pass any id, specific id, here it will getting the details by id. See, this is the API, right? This is the URL calling. Directly we are calling like this. We don't know which id, specific id, we don't know which data we have to come. That's why here we have to pass this id. Here just I am passing, after that comma, just I am writing the employee id. Just I am copy pasting here, and one more, here also we have to change. In app component also we have to change the URL. While you are writing, please be careful. / double quotes employee id. Employee id, here I am getting employee id. Just copy pasting here in app module. I am copy pasting just app module. Okay, and click on save and go to the browser. When you click on update, it will show the details in here, not getting any errors. Okay, here getting the id and values also showing. Okay, now we have to fetch the details. Now I am writing the fetching the details. Going to the employee update component, here we have to write the fetch the details. Here I am writing the fetching. Here I am writing this dot employee form update employee form dot patch values. While updating or deleting, we have to write the patch values, because we have to fetch the values, right? That's why we are using the patch values. Here I am writing the patch values. Inside this I am writing the employee name. Just I am copy pasting this employee name equal to this dot, not this dot, employee dot employee name. Not equal, here we don't want to write equal to, we have to write like this. Name, here I am changing the names. Employee name, employee mail, everything I am writing. This is the form control names and this is the model names. You have to write model, right? This is that one, employee age, employee mail, employee number. You have to check once more. When you click on update, here not fetching the details. Why it is showing? You are getting the details but not fetching the details. Okay, I got it. Actually Actually here getting the small letters, but we are under the capital letters. We have to check once. If I writing the employee age is a small letter, and change the employee model also, employee age small letter, and save it. We have to check. Showing error where add employee component. Can go through the add employee component. Here we have to write the small letter. Okay, and close this one. Okay, here getting fetching the values. You can see, right, employee age is 32. Like this I am changing everything. Employee male, employee male, employee male. Here employee.ts, employee male, now I am changing employee ID, employee ID. Then you need to change here also, here we have to change employee ID, employee name, you have to change the model, and everything we have to change the small letters, because capital letters is not accepting. Here getting the details by using small letters only. We are writing capital letters, right? That's why we are not fetching the details. I am changing everything in small letters. After that I am saving the file, and I am closing the console. Here we have to see, right, when I click on update, we are fetching the details. After you are modify anything, and click on submit. In place of submit, we are getting the update. When you click on update, it will redirect to the employee details, and with update the details. As of now I am not returning the update, and I am changing this one also, like employee details, like we have written right update, like that. So like that only we have written delete also. Just I am copy pasting everything. Here I am copy pasting entire thing, copying entire thing and pasting delete component.ts, and here I am changing in place of update I am changing the delete. Okay, these all are missing the assembly references. We have to add the one by one reference. Go to quick actions and add the reference. Everything like that I am adding everything reference, because we are missing the reference. Just we are copy pasting, right? That's why it are not automatically updated. When you are writing, when you are clicking, after that only it will automatically updated. We are copy pasting like that, it not update the references or namespaces. And one more thing, HTML also we have to copy paste, and we have to change this one to delete form. We have to replace update to delete. Control F, and replace delete employee form, current document only. Okay, now I am saving everything and going to the console. When I click on delete, it not fetching the details, we have to see. Okay, here we have to change the employee form also, like employee details we have to written in employee HTML. We have to written like this. I am copy pasting this one, and app component app.module.ts also. Just I am writing copy pasting this one, and I am saving once again. It was refreshing. When you click on delete, it's showing the delete. After that we have to next video we have to see update and delete, how to update the details and how to delete the details. Okay, until unless, bye guys, please subscribe our channel. Bye guys, tata, please subscribe our channel, don't forget.